Jenny, live from Developer Shed headquarters with news you can't use for the week of August 13th, 2008. And here's our first story. It's Olympics time again, which means lots of muscly men in Speedos dripping in sweat, their arms throbbing, swollen. It also means sponsor time, and who better to sponsor an event about community togetherness than Microsoft? The company is the official sponsor of the Olympics this year and even decided to make a special guest appearance. Viewers watching the giant 50-foot LCD panel attached to the roof at the end of the opening ceremonies got to see American ingenuity at work, a gigantic blue screen of death. Way to represent the US, Microsoft. You earned that gold medal. You're like the Tanya Harding of sponsors. And now for all the news that's lawyerly, here's our very own pudgy puerco, Juan Valdezberg.
Hello, Jennifer. Today I will be talking about my favorite subject, this freedom of speech. Well, actually my third favorite subject. My first favorite subject is fried ice cream. It's a conundrum. How do they fry it? And then how do they keep it from melting? It boggles the mind. And the second is three women chained. It's fun when you go on a cocaine choo-choo and tickle them and they jiggle around and then you pay your bills and stay at home while you play the Wii. As you may have heard, a new video game is becoming very popular. It is called Spore, and it allows you to create your own viruses and fungi. What? Yes, Jennifer, I know you do that already, but this is like online and people can do it at their homes. These organisms they evolve, and after that I don't know what happens because I am not a nerd and I do not play video games. So what does this have to do with the price of beans? Apparently, people have started creating something called sporn, or pornographic beings, and then they upload them onto the server. Some examples are giant-breasted monsters. Now, that's a monster I would like to have in my closet. Another creature that reminds me of myself is called the four-legged phallic fornication machine. Ladies, if you want to see an example, you can come back to my studio apartment. I don't have a bed, but I must tell you, my futon is very sturdy. EA Games, who publishes the game, has begun to censor this porn. And advocacy groups on both sides of the fence are beginning to rise up. It is a breach of the freedom of speech that I love so dearly. In my opinion, who cares? It's a game. If I want to see big-breasted monsters, I will go to your mother's house. Ha ha! Back to you, my gorgeous gordita.
WeberNet officials announced a patch for the DNS system that controls the flow of traffic on the internet recently. After it was discovered, there was a flaw that could allow malicious users to redirect your website. In typical fashion, however, a mere 10 hours after the release of the patch, a Russian scientist was able to crack it and again compromise a user's system. Not to be outdone, a Polish scientist was able to crack the same patch in less time, but admittedly it was an accident and just because he was being a dumb Polak. And now here's Jakov Polinsky with Russian Tech Reviews.
Thank you, Piglet. This week we are discussing the privacy issues. Apparently, people in America think that having privacy is some kind of God-given right. In Russia, KGB watches everything. They watch you work, they watch you sleep, they watch you shower, they watch when you make sweet love to your enormous Russian wife, no matter how brief or embarrassing it may be. It is funny, Jenny. You stand in line for 2 days to get condom just so you can have 2 minutes of pleasure. And in my case, it is pure pain. In America, instead of KGB, you have Google watch you. They watch everything you type into search engine. They know what you are looking for last night. They know that they have a watch on you from the sky with inferior American satellite. They take pictures of you walking down the street or swimming in pool, and then later on you cry about it. Big stupid American babies, that's what you are. In court recently, Google stated that complete privacy does not exist, and I agree. For instance, when Jennifer goes on lunch, I often sneak into her desk to see what kind of garbage she has stored around there. Then I go straight to clinic, free clinic of course, to get shots. The thing she has in that desk, it reminds me of a Fort Kelly video, if you know what I mean. I think you do. Okay, enough. I have to go home and give my enormous wife bikini wax. It takes 3 pounds of wax, and that is something that KGB will not watch. Back to you, Dummy Dummingstein.
I'm Jenny. Thanks for joining me for news you can't use. Brought to you by Developer Shed. I'll see you next week.